Hi friends, welcome back to the Rogue Educator, where we talk about all things education, wellness, and story. My name's Katie, and today we're going to be talking about the 5 reasons I won't homeschool, and 1 reason that I might. Okay, number 5, I am just a little bit lazy. Honestly, I do not understand why the parents who homeschool and unschool their children are so often called lazy, because in my opinion, when you homeschool or unschool and you do it right, that requires so much more preparation and engagement on the part of the parent. And it's awesome, again, when it's done right. You know, there are the occasional cultish situations that make the news and give homeschooling and unschooling a bad reputation. But for the most part, definitely not a lazy choice when it comes to education. But for me, I don't find a lot of joy in teaching young children, and I'm a little bit lazy. I would much prefer to engage my kids on, a bigger trip out of the state or, a road trip or something like that where we get to sort of do a big picture activity together than slogging our way through the daily nitty-gritty. Number 4, in my personal experience, I thought of school as sort of an incubator to practice the life lessons and the right choices that I was learning at home in a different but still relatively safe space surrounded by kids my age. I was able to use my peers' social feedback to kind of figure out my place and to build confidence there. And also it felt really good to have the opportunity to make the right choice and the wise choice without my parents right there telling me what to do. As someone who tends to be a more natural rule breaker or rule bender, it just felt really good in me to make the right choice and to know that I made the right choice and to know that my parents would be pleased with me without them actually telling me what to do. If they were telling me what to do, I was just going to buck the system. And I'd like to give my children that opportunity as well, to practice their social skills and to learn from their peers, and also to practice in a safe space or safe-ish space, the things that we are teaching them at home. Okay, reason number 3, I don't plan to homeschool is because I would hate to fall into the trap of legalism. I come from a Christian background, and therefore a lot of moms in my circle and parents of my friends growing up chose to homeschool. And honestly, if that is what you feel called to do for your family and you feel like it's the best thing, then absolutely go for it, do your best, and enjoy that time with your kiddos, homeschooling them. But for our family, I already know that the schedule of homeschooling and sort of the being on all the time, all of those things would not be a good fit for our family. And I would hate to ignore that gut intuition and choose to homeschool my children anyway, out of a sense of Christian legalism. I've seen other moms do it, and it has led to a deep sense of burnout that has taken a long time to recover from. So for our family, that's the 3rd reason why I'm not choosing to homeschool right now. Reason number 2, I am an introvert. And frankly, I need space to be a good mom. I am so excited for the opportunity to pick up my kids from school, to volunteer in their classrooms or in their lunchrooms or in other ways that they or their school community needs me. But I need a little bit of time at home to regroup, catch my breath, do things that sort of build into me as a person, me as Katie, not me as mommy. And as much as I love that role, I need to have a little bit more balance to be a good mom. And I look forward to having snacks ready when they get home from school and to create a home that is warm and inviting and a place that my children want to come home to and want to bring their friends over to hang out. But even as a licensed teacher on hiatus, I prefer to leave the lesson planning and the on-duty, all the time questions day in and day out to the professionals in the classroom right now. All right, and the biggest reason I don't plan to homeschool is because I think, for me anyway, the role of mom and the role of teacher are both very different roles and each very necessary. I am excited to have different types of adults speaking into my children's lives, and I am happy to enhance and carry out whatever my children are learning at school. I am happy to read aloud to them, to listen to them read, to do some hands-on learning and take them to museums and fun hands-on field trip type of things on our free time. And to encourage them in sports and other extracurriculars. But right now, I just want to be their mom. I don't want to bring in the dynamic of grades and school discipline. For me, it gets complex, and I just want to be their mom. So that's the plan for now. But I do have one reason that I would consider homeschooling, and that, of course, is if my children need it. If my child has some learning challenges or some social challenges, or the schools that we happen to live near aren't a good fit for my children, then I would reconsider homeschooling them for their best interest, because I'm their mom and I get the privilege of knowing my children best and getting to speak into their lives and watch them grow. And right now, when they're little, I know them better than they know themselves. And that won't always be the case. Well, maybe it will in some cases. But right now, when they're little, I get to know them best and I get to see them and figure out what they need. So I would be open to homeschooling them if circumstances sort of necessitated it. And in that case, then I would do it with a joyful heart and figure out a great way to do it well. If you are a homeschooling family, I would love to know some of your reasons why you've chosen to homeschool. And I just want to take this opportunity to encourage you, because I think that you've made a really tough decision, at least from my perspective. And maybe it's super easy for you, but either way, go for it. And I hope you have a wonderful school year. And if you're more on the fence about homeschooling, then I hope you just take these reasons of mine into consideration as you grapple with what works best for your family. And otherwise, these are my reasons for not homeschooling, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.